Welcome to video number 6 for our test drive series. So today's employee setup and payroll, just barely going to touch the tip of the iceberg. There's so much to the payroll module. You could be union, non-union. You do prevailing wages projects or you don't. You may work in multiple jurisdictions or not. So the whole lot to it. So I'm going to keep it pretty basic. We can always follow up with you one-on-one if you have some questions. So. Payroll, pretty simple. We're going to go and get an employee here real quick. Can't have payroll without an employee, right? So this is Robert Smith, basic boilerplate information, phone numbers, address. You'll see there's a user-defined field here, user-defined field here. Human resources, tab, regular full-time, regular part-time, temporary, benefit status, lots of other information here. Birth date, hire date, last day you get a raise, compensation, what's this compensation, how do we accrue vacation, how do we accrue sick time, all those are right here. Do we have direct deposit enabled, yes or no, we can do that as well. Here's all the pay calcs that we have for him, I'm not going to go through them all, but 401k, federal unemployment, state unemployment, workers' comp, some additional contacts, don't have any here, but you could have additional contacts. And then last but most important, though we don't all kind of whine about it a little bit, is the ACA requirements and the reporting requirements. So we can accommodate that as well. So setting up employees, not a big deal. Nice thing is I'm not going to do this. You can do it in the test drive. If I want to see the earnings to date, payroll records, licenses, what training he has coming up that's expiring, all of that can be tracked by the employee as well. So I'm not going to save those. So the next thing we're going to do is enter payroll. So there's at least 3 ways to enter payroll. So I can enter payroll in a time card environment. So something like this. So give me 1 second. I'll go back in here. Whoops, there he is. So, on Monday we worked on this job doing this task code, regular time, 8 hours. So I can enter this right off of the time card. If you get your time cards daily, that would be a second way of entering it. I can enter time cards, Monday's time cards on Tuesdays, Tuesdays on Wednesdays, so that when I get to the end of the week, not a big deal. The way a lot of our clients do it is they use what we call daily field reports, which is part of the project management module, which we haven't gotten to yet. But in this case, it's just like the diary or log that they're maintaining now. And you may be doing them in Excel, maybe still handwriting them, but what day is it? What job is it? Who is the supervisor here? Who worked? What did they work on? Is it a prevailing wage job? If so, what pay group should they be working in? And how many hours? This information right here will port over to the time card. So rather than filling in the time card, we can fill this out once a week, once a day, based on the job was being done on the project, and it will go forward. We also track weather information down. We also track if there were subs on the job, if there's equipment. I'm going to do later, and a couple things down the bottom. But if you enter the payroll here, there's a way to import that right into the time card. So it's up to you on whether the payroll person is going to enter it from a time card, or the person in the field is going to enter on a daily basis and have that just brought over automatically into payroll. So as I go back into payroll, I'm not going to go through all these steps. We've entered the payroll. We compute the payroll. We take a look at it. Everything looks fine. We do a final compute, we print the paychecks or do the direct deposit. And lastly, we post the GL, all the records to the general ledger and to the projects or overhead accounts. If you need certified payrolls, we do the certified payrolls. We have I think all of the states have special ones are in here. We also do the federal Department of Labor form. I think it's WH 347. California, we do the Department of Industrial Relations 131. And there's a whole lot of other ones. And so we also do workers' comp reports. We also do union reports. And so all here in payroll. So when you're in payroll, place to look, payroll reports. If I go into, we'll just do it this way. This is kind of interesting. If I go to state forms, right, for state filing, go pick your state. And I'm just going to go pick California because I know they have quite a few. There's all the forms that come out along with the 941s and W-2s and all that. Okay, we have that. If you go, I think it's Ohio actually. Hang on, let me close this. If I go into, I think it's Ohio. Somebody has a whole bunch of them. So in Ohio, whoops, if I didn't move my mouse, that would have been perfect. Ohio. So all of these forms are part of the forms that we produced for Ohio. There's a lot of them there, but those are all updated on an annual basis, so they'll be there for you in their correct format. So state forms, place to look. Payroll management, this is where we set up pay groups, union fringes, workers' comp rates, payroll calcs is all in there. Payroll processing, we just kind of covered. You compute the payroll, you print the checks, post the GL, what have you. And then there's a bunch of reports up here. So menu from payroll's got quite a few options underneath it. So you may want to spend some time, if you're doing payroll in-house, this could really save you a lot of effort and a lot of things that you're probably doing manually now can reduce right out of the system, especially certified payrolls. Anyway, payroll in a nutshell. So that was video number 6. Standby number 7 is coming up. Going to get away from accounting. Starting to fall asleep here. So we're going to move into project management and probably work orders, and then come back and do some more accounting. So that is the last of this one. The name's Dennis. The company's called CFO on the Go. Website's, you probably already found it, but it's CFOOTG.net. Phone number is 800-659-5851. If you want a special video for your company, something especially you want to see if it can do it or not, just send me an email. I'll be glad to produce that for you so that you can review it. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.